107.5 WBLS, your number one source for R&B.
After 70 years of being gone, brothers, where have you been? I've missed you so.
Well, honestly, we've been on the block. We just hadn't been in the recording arena,
which is where we really wanted you.
Absolutely.
So that
we wanted to be there too, but circumstances and God, everything is timing, and all I can say is it was in His hands.
That's
it
right.
really wasn't in ours, but we're here. He didn't pave the way. He made the way. We didn't plan to be here. And a little over a year ago, we started out on this, but it happened not because of our preparation, not because of our desire. It was Babyface and God that intervened. Yeah. And we couldn't have done this without Melvin. We never would have attempted to do it without Melvin. Right. And so that's where the godly part of all this comes into play.
And how is Melvin doing?
Melvin is awesome. Yeah. He's awesome. I mean, his voice is all over this record. So I think everybody will see that he's fine.
And his son is here.
Yes,
how are you, Jason?
I'm all right.
So how does it feel to be a part of After 7?
It feels great.
Yeah.
It feels great.
Well, I mean, it's been a part of the fabric of your family for so long.
Correct.
Too. So you probably didn't even have to fit in because you were already all in from birth.
Yeah. I mean, the early teens is when they kind of really started their push, in the late 80s, early 90s.
Right.
And, one could say I was groomed in a way, but I still had to step up and make sure I'm holding it down, though.
Yeah, and you've been doing that.
Very heavy shoes.
You've been doing that. I saw you at NJ Pack.
All right.
So you've been holding your own.
I appreciate it.
Yes. Kevon is here. Kevon, tell us how y'all came up with the name After 7, because I never had a chance to ask you all that question.
Wow. How about we didn't? We didn't come up with it. Actually, the story goes that came via Babyface. We were still trying to figure out. We were signed sight unseen with Virgin Records simply because we had a relationship with LA and Babyface,
right?
And that they were doing tremendous work in the marketplace. So that Virgin thought it was a good gamble. But even at that time, we had not decided on what the name of the group was, and we were still trying to figure out, tossing some names that you wouldn't want to know. So then, but then we ultimately Kenny got a message on his machine, his answering machine, where somebody said, blah, 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 just call me back after 7. And thought, you know what do y'all think about After 7? And we thought, well, it's better than anything else that we had that we were working on. And so we tried to, kind of shape up what would that mean? What would that? And so we took it.
I always thought it was like an After 5 type of relation where you all were a little extra. Because you weren't after 5, you were after 7, so you were a little extra with it,
You're in the proper ballpark.
And the ballpark in the arena, and that like after 6 is
semi-formal,
formal,
right? But after 7 is
sexy. It's not as formal, but it's casual and it's still elegant. So
there you go.
Right,
sexy.
There you go. So that we just made up the definition for After 7. And how y'all came up with the name. Speaking of Babyface, last time we spoke, he told me that he was writing songs for your new album. And we love Babyface. Let's preface this first. Everybody knows I love me some Babyface. Now, would he have been the Edmonds clan, the one that they would have chosen for Dancing with the Stars? Is he the Babyface Travolta of the group?
He is.
Oh,
he can hold it down.
He dances the best out of the Edmonds brothers?
Well, I wouldn't say all that.
What would you say? What are you asking?
Can Babyface dance? He is now a part of the next class.
I think that you'll just have to wait and see. I think that's what you have to. The question I would ask you is, do you follow dancing?
Yes, I do.
So, what did you know of Wanye? Was Wanye a dancer?
Well, you know what? I have seen them, yeah.
But do you
the thing is, Boyz II Men, in the early days, absolutely, yes. So I saw, okay, I could get it. I could see why they Babyface is very for the cool in you. Mm-hmm. So he's bringing cool to Dancing with the Stars.
Right.
So What? Are we here?
I'm there with Keith.
Right.
I'm there
but
with
no,
you.
I just wanted to know from you all, because you've been with him since birth. Have you ever seen a portion of his life where he was really into dance?
Not necessarily, but he is not one who backs away from challenges.
A challenge,
So
right.
I think you're going to see him all in. He's going to be out there getting it.
Wow.
That's what I would tell you. Yeah.
I want to know what's your favorite throwback. Let's go to each and every one of you and pick a throwback song that would have to be the soundtrack, on the soundtrack of your life.
For me, it's definitely, this is Jason, Mint Condition, Pretty Brown Eyes.
Really? Now tell me why.
Well, it started off because that was the first song I sang in a local talent show in Indianapolis.
Oh.
But then, I realized from the response, I may be able to get some girls singing this record.
And you did?
I sure did.
All right. So you keep singing it too, don't you?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite throwback records.
Yeah, throwback, Keith.
Throwback would have to be some Luther.
Which one?
What is the one about a house?
House is not a home.
House is not a home.
Now, why does that fit in the soundtrack to your life?
Well, because Luther was such a classic. He was the epitome of R&B from a male vocalist point of view. Great writer, awesome performer, and he just had a love around the country that's it's been unmatched.
Right. Yeah. And Kevon?
This is Kevon. I would have to say, What's Going On, Marvin Gaye.
And why is that?
Well, when I reflect and look back at when that record dropped, it was like sunny days were like popcorn days. When you had that buttery popcorn, it just felt it was a time in our lives when we were young. We were running down to Grandview, playing basketball, this, that. And it was that song was speaking to what was going on in our lives. Even though we were young,
right.
The subject matter he was discussing was very real, and it became more real as we got older.
Right. And it still is real.
It's still very relevant.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
it was timeless.
Well, and speaking of the social issues and things that are going on, as Black men in America, what we're seeing happen, how do you feel about what's happening with Colin Kaepernick? How do you as Black men, because I can only speak from my stance as a Black woman, but how do you all feel?
Myself personally, I think he has a right to sit down or stand up for what it is he believes in. And to the, what's his name, Ronnie Harrison, is that his name? Okay, a brother on ESPN or whoever it was, who spoke out about the fact that he didn't think that he was really Black. He could be Black or not Black. It really doesn't make a difference.
Right.
Knowing what's right and what's wrong and standing up for it or sitting down for it is a choice that you get to make.
In this country.
Right. We're free. And, but, he acknowledged that he appreciates what the military does in terms of protecting our freedoms.
It wasn't a stance against the military.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. But it is a statement being made about the injustices that still exist. Absolutely. And if nobody ever says or does anything, it will just continue on. So I'm curious to see what other players will
follow suit.
Will follow. Yeah. We'll actually take a position on it, and not just say, well, we're playing football, has really nothing to do. I'm not political, but hey, it's touching everybody. If as I say, if everybody's not free, nobody's free.
That's right. And, it's very similar to 1966 when Muhammad Ali went through the same thing. It was the support that he received that helped him to get through that very dark and difficult period. And we coming together, it just seems like now we're just fragmented. Right. And I just wanted to know what your stance was on that.
I don't know what anybody else.
No, I concur. I just think it's also sad that, the United States chooses to highlight this particular thing amongst all the rest of the things that seem to get swept under a rug relatively easily. So, no, I think I concur with Kevon in that we support anybody who's willing to take a stand, whether it's popular or not, for what they believe.
If they did the After 7 biopic, who would star as you all?
Oh, my goodness. Did you ask him that?
Yes.
Did he have an answer?
You know, actually, he said the guy who played him in Tony Braxton's documentary, he would, well, not her biopic, he would choose him, but he would have to lose some weight, he said. He said, because he's a little too buff.
For who? To play who?
To play Babyface.
Oh, play Babyface.
Yeah. No, I asked Babyface who he would like to play him. Right. So I'm asking you all, who would play you all?
I think Michael B. Jordan would play me.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Who would play you, Keith?
I don't know.
Denzel? No.
He's too.
Oh, I'm clueless. God.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know their names. Perhaps one of the kids that's on an Empire, one of those two actors could
okay.
pull it off for sure.
Not Justin.
Yeah,
because
no. Well, not in reality. But in the
let's
movie,
be clear.
He pull it off. Yeah. I don't know if he could really be the Keith Mitchell, but no, he could do the singing for sure.
Yeah. Really? Okay, Kevon, who's playing you?
You got me. I'll have to rely on the director to decide.
So there's nobody you would like to handpick and say, you know what, that dude.
When that happens, when y'all lay that out,
right?
And let me take a look at it, then I can help you. But right now, I can't help you.
Well,
you got any ideas? Who would
who could play him, Keith?
Help me.
Who can play Uncle Kevon?
I'm going through in my mind.
Yeah, quickly trying to not waste your airtime here.
Right, yeah.
It would have had to have been someone who got phenomenal vocals. There was a time when I think somebody like Tevin Campbell could have been
Well, you know what? Now they're doing, now they're dubbing vocals. Kevon could actually do his own vocals. Right. And the actor really has to be able to bring the character alive. Right. Kevon could sing. Yeah, we're trying to figure out who could play Kevon in the After 7 biopic.
Yeah, I could go with Usher.
Usher.
He wouldn't do it, but yeah, I could go with Usher.
How you know? Usher playing Kevon Edmonds in the After 7 biopic. What? Yeah. Talk about over 25 years of my life that I have been following these brothers. I'm glad to see, because they are timeless. So I'm not even going to ask you why you call the album timeless, because that you are. We definitely have the definition to timeless, and that would be After 7. Make sure you pick up the album October 14th. Pre-order right now, though, and you get to see them at BB King's October 19th, when they'll do all the wonderful songs that we know and love, and then introduce us to some friends on Timeless, all right, as we also watch their brother on Dancing with the Stars and Uncle. Yeah. So any words for New York, because it has been we're actually celebrating an anniversary with you guys. What is it, 26 years?
At least.
About
something like that.
Yeah.
89. We started in 89. August of 89.
Let me get my calculator.
Yeah, because ain't nobody in here obviously good at math. But I know it's definitely 25 years that I have been listening and loving, and most of the people who are listening have been loving you. So what do you have to say to those folks?
Wow. We're just really thankful that our music has touched people's lives over these last 25 years. And at the very beginning, you guys embarked upon this journey with us, and it's been a beautiful experience. I mean, you've grown with us. We've grown up with everybody else with our music, and hopefully, we've helped you all make some families and babies along the way and things.
Like Kevon. Kevon been doing a great job.
Well, we all got to put in our work, and I appreciate the fact that everybody.
He's looking around. He's like, "Oh my God,
everybody,
what to do?"
Yeah. But you guys have been wonderful to us. Yeah. We've had wonderful support from radio throughout the years. It's been our lifeblood that has allowed our music to permeate into the lives of so many people over the last 25 years, and all we can say is that we're grateful and extremely thankful.
All right. I'm thankful to you for stopping by today. Everybody, After 7.